Alright, this is dumb. Okay, this seems about good. I'm gonna drop in somewhere around here. Bait mission did not go very well, so stuck with frozen stuff. But we'll see if we can figure it out. Rockfish season just opened, but honestly, I think I'm out here for halibut. Don't really care about the rockfish all that much. So we're gonna rig up, drop some baits down. I think I'm gonna do squid on one rod and a anchovy on the other one. Seems like they've been biting the frozen stuff pretty good. We'll see. That looks like the one right there. Drop them down, rig up the other rod. I'm just using a stinger rig. I'll put the treble hook right back here. Sea line right there. It's a little squid, but something will hit it. Okay, we're gonna go with the 10 ounce since this is the lighter of the two rods I have for drifting. I think I'll do 12 on the other one. Yeah, squid going down. Alright, let's hope it gets bit. Yeah, I'm just using tray anchovies. They look a lot better. I think it's worth the markup. Just make sure you take care of them. If you're gonna spend that much on a bait, these are like, I don't know, 75 cents a piece. Rig them properly. Make sure they look good. So I like to hook them in the bony spot right behind the head. Then I'll wrap my leader around just to get it to the right spot. I like to have it about an inch away from the tail, and then I'll tie it down with magic thread instead of stabbing the treble in. Looks a lot better. So I'll just wrap around the front of the head a couple times. Pull that leader down. Yeah, you want the treble right about there. Right where the vent is. Wrap it around the treble. Snap it off. You can see how clean that looks. Compared to one of those Sea Wave anchovies they have in the bag, this thing just looks way better. And the fish care. They're also not so mushy. There's one. Ooh, he's pulling. Come on. Feels like a butt. The head shakes it's doing. No, it's a ling. Well, I can't keep him. I'm using 3 rods. He doesn't look very big either. Show you what you can do with these ling cod. Their gills are so big. I didn't bring a net. I don't like netting fish. Try and get the gaff and just put it in the gill plate. It's just like holding them in the gills, but you don't have to stick your hand in there. It's probably like a 25 incher. Get him back. If I don't get any halibut, we'll come back and try and get him again. I'll make sure I can like triangulate my position here. Yeah, I think I know where I'm at. Okay. So, that's one fish. Kind of means we're in the wrong spot for what I want, though. There's a whale right there. Got some nice cloud cover. It's a little bit sunny there for a minute, but clouds came. Oh, big on the squid. On the squid. Maybe not that big. This is a pretty light rod. Big enough though. Yeah, it's just a big old rockfish. Yeah, we're in the wrong zone. If this is what I'm getting. Some little dolphins over there. There's life. But yeah, this is... I'm not going for rockfish. I'll come back here later if I don't get those halibut. But I think I'm gonna sort of troll around real slow and see if I can find some sand. It is patch reef, like I said, but it seems to be mostly rock with pockets of sand and not the other way around. Nice little rockfish. Get my swim bait up. We'll just jig this for a minute and then re-rig. I only have like 4 squid with me. Oop. Nope, got off. That was a rockfish though. Not super disappointed. I think I'm gonna move before I do anything else. Alright, I don't have a fish finder, so this is the easiest way to test whether or not I'm on sand or rock. Okay, that feels sandy. That's sand right there. We're probably gonna end up drifting over more reef, but I'll take what I can get. big. Oh, yes. Yes. That's him right there. That's the freaking halibut. There we go. Dude, choked it deep. Nice, nice, nice. That made it all worth it. Starting to give up. Beautiful. He's losing it now. Oh yeah. Whew. Okay. My GoPro battery died like 1 minute after landing that fish. Makes it all worth it. I was real close to giving up. Real close. First one of the year. Good stuff. Okay. And that was on Old Faithful. Been drifting squid and anchovies all day. I think I lost one earlier, like I said, but other than that, all the fish have been on this. I've been catching a bunch of rockfish, throwing them back. Caught that one ling. This lure. All right. There it is in all its glory. Sun on it. All right, I think I should explain exactly what I'm doing, how I'm fishing this. I get a lot of questions. Are you fishing this on the bottom? Are you jigging? What are you doing? Yes, it's on the bottom. I think that's probably the most important thing. You need enough weight to get this to the bottom. However, I like to use the least amount of weight possible. This is 1.5 ounces and I'm in about 60 feet of water. This is probably the least I can use. I might be able to get away with 1 ounce. Use the least amount of weight possible. These fish tend to hit it on the drop. So if you have a nice slow drop, that tail kicking, that's when they're gonna come up and hit it. Second most important thing, you need to be able to figure out which direction the drift is headed. In my case right now, it's headed straight that way. When you're fishing these, you're gonna wanna cast them in the direction you're headed, not the other way around. If you do it the other way around, you're gonna be dragging the bait. It's gonna have a hard time sinking, especially with this amount of weight. So you wanna cast it in the direction you're going. Let it sink. Make sure it hits bottom. Make sure that you tap the bottom. You'll feel it right there. Then I reel in my slack, lift the rod, bring the bait up a couple feet, and then keep tension and let it sink back down. I don't let it sink on slack. I let it sink with a tight line so it goes down slower and I can feel if I get a hit. When you do get a hit, you'll feel it tap, reel down, give it a second, and then set into it. Don't set into it if your rod's up here. Don't set right away. Just if you feel that bite, reel up your slack, get a good hook set on the fish. You need to give them a minute just to pick it up and get it in their mouth. Sometimes they'll follow it and hit it a couple times. That halibut hit it once. I felt it. I bounced it again and then it came in and swallowed it. So you need to give them a second, make sure they're actually on there and they haven't just hit the tail. And if you get a hit, and you miss it, just go right back to it. A lot of times they'll come back for it. And this tends to be the size I like to use, about 4 or 5 inches. Anything white bait fish color. This kind of looks like a squid. Those are the colors you want to use. The browns and the reds are more preferable for rockfish and lingcod. But yeah, I like 4 to 5 inches. Seems to be about the size of an anchovy. A lot of times the bigger stuff, you'll fish it all day and you won't get a hit. So I like to fish a big live bait like a mackerel, and then while I'm doing that I'll throw a smaller swim bait. A lot of times when I catch fish, it is on this swim bait. I catch more fish on the swim bait than on live bait, even live anchovies. Swim bait seems to be my most valuable asset, I guess. Well, alright. I'm getting hungry. I think I'm gonna call it. I think that was a success. 1 halibut, 1 lingcod. I should have just fished this rod all day and not had the other 2, because would have been able to keep some of those rockfish, but it's alright. Prefer halibut to lingcod anyway. But yeah, this was the ticket, as it usually is. This is my Tranks 301 actually. It's a lefty with the power handle. It's the low gear, and I added the power handle. And then Offshore Angler Gold Cup 7.6. I think it's a medium, not sure. It's rated 12 to 20. I have 40-pound braid. Cast 2 ounces. This thing's it's a perfect swim bait rod for pretty cheap. I think it's around $60. I'll leave the link in the description. I think it's a good deal if you can find one. They tend to be out of stock, but it's got good cork grips. 7.6, so it's a little bit extra length. Most of the rods are 7 foot. I like a longer one, just gives me a little bit of extra distance. 7.6 or 8 foot. That's what I go with for swim baits. But fishing with a bait caster is just so much nicer. Being able to crank and lift and use the thumb bar to drop the bait back down. If you're into fishing swim baits and you have a spinning reel, I would recommend looking into getting a bait caster. It's really nice. And the amount of drag you can put on them real easily. It's my new preferred method. But yeah, this is the ticket. Small swim bait. Bouncing it on the bottom in about 60 feet of water. And we found one, first one of the year. So it's a good sign. We're gonna get back out here as soon as possible and get on some more fish. But until then, see you next time.